Hello friends, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about budgeting, how you can budget to have the best Disney vacation ever. I got this idea from my friend Izzy in the last video. I'll link her channel below because you should definitely follow her because she's great and I love her. And she also has a Twitch that I will also link below that you should definitely follow. But going on, let's get started right into it. So in general, with budgeting, I basically researched all day. I found some really good ones that even I'm going to start using. So overall, something that I need to definitely start doing is, it's called 50-30-20. 50% of your profit that you make each month goes to what you need. 30% is going to be wants, and then 20% is going to be savings and or debt. So example, if you look up budgeting, I think it was NerdWallet, you could put in how much you make a month and then it'll separate what you should save in each category. So for example, I did $2,400 a month, so $2,400. So $1,200 of that money goes to your needs. So your groceries, your rent, blah blah blah. And then your wants is about $720, and your savings and your debts are about $480. But if you put a little bit of the wants into the savings, that way you can start saving for your Disney vacation. Just kind of a little model that I actually really liked, and I'm gonna start using because I need to. And then a couple, how many? 5 different tips about airlines. So luckily flights right now in our day and age aren't too bad. I was literally just able to find some from Orlando to here and back for $45 each through Southwest. But yeah. This is why I can't make videos at home. Anyways, back to my flights. Okay, so some tips that I found. So number 1, browse flights in private browser, because the airline companies follow how many times you look for flights, and especially if you're looking at one certain flight over and over again, they're going to increase the price every time. So try and look for flights in a private browser so that way they cannot track you to increase that. Number 2, thanks to Ethan I found this website, but Scott's Cheap Flights, use that, or use Google Flights to kind of compare different flights to find the cheapest that you can. But Scott's Cheap Flights is especially good for international. He finds amazing deals, and I still get emails all the time and want to leave all the time. So Scott's Cheap Flights and Google, I always use Google Flights to compare different flights, and also you can look at the monthly to see what days are cheaper. And then of course you can earn points through credit cards. Pretty obvious. I like to use my Chase because I get Disney points through it, which translate into a Disney gift card. Using budget flights. They're not the best, but they get you from place to place, which is important, and they're not horrible. It's just a little tricky with finding baggage. With finding baggage that doesn't cost anything. So I always try to find Southwest, and Southwest does a lot of frequent deals where it's the $45 getaway. And then number 5, which seems obvious, but even I'm victim of doing this, you don't have to use the same flight going there and back. You can switch it up to find cheaper flights. And now I have 18 different advice for Disney. So number 1, so if you don't want to go to the parks every single day, let's say you're there 7 days, there is only 4 parks, unless if you want to go double days, be my guest. But it's nice even just sitting by the pool and relaxing, especially at the Disney resorts, because then you kind of still feel like you're in Disney. Or going to Disney Springs. I love Disney Springs, and it's nice to just kind of browse around. There's that option. 2, kind of difficult with the holidays just passing, but let's say you have a birthday coming up, or I don't know, other holidays going on, ask for Disney gift cards, because you can pay for Disney tickets with Disney gift cards. As well as, if you go to Sam's Club, they usually do deals where you can get like a bundle for a cheaper price of gift cards. So I know there's like a deal, it's like $500 for like $450, so you get $50 off. Still matters, that could buy you a nice dinner. That's all I gotta say. Number 3, and it's not so much, but it is coming back on January 1st for park hopping, but I would say you don't need a park hopper. I think it's kind of nice, ever since we've been forced to stay in a park, I think it's really nice to be able to like stay in the park and discover things that you haven't noticed before. So I would highly suggest just staying in one park per day, because it's actually really nice. And there's really, if you want, I was looking kind of at budget, if you want to do like 3 days in the park, so you buy one park hopper for your whole family, that way you could get 2 parks in one day. Like Animal Kingdom, for sure you could do half a day, and then whatever other park. That would be up to you, whatever you want to ride. I would look at what you want to see, look at what you want to ride, write it all down, see if you can make a half day out of it, because that way you can kind of save some money with only buying 3 tickets. But also keep in mind, the more tickets you buy per day, the more your ticket cost goes down. That was another tip. So if you buy ahead, which is a brilliant idea, for like 5 days, it'll be cheaper. Number 4, which is a really good idea, I usually eat in the parks, but I'll give you some tips on where I eat and blah blah. But bringing your own food. I would say bring your own snacks, because you're going to be hungry. It's a lot in a day. You get hot, your body's tired, it needs energy. So I'd bring like goldfish. You can have groceries shipped to your resort, or go out if you have a car to McDonald's. Like, you can do simple little things like that. And then always ask for free water. I recommend going to Starbucks. I do this every time because you can get a venti big cup of water for free, and it tastes good, and you don't have to pay, I think it's like $4.50 for the water bottles. Also with that, you can split meals. Plus there's some budget places. So like at Magic Kingdom, there's Cosmic Rays. $9.99 for chicken tenders. It's a pretty big meal. You could definitely split it, and they give you actually a pretty decent portion. So I would say do that. And they ridiculously overprice their soda. So I would say, unless if you're like dying to have a Coca-Cola, which I completely get, I would just ask for a water. And also, something that I do all the time is buy kids meals. I just mobile order kids meals, because the meal is usually fills me up just fine, and it comes with a drink and like a dessert sometimes. I don't know, they have really cool sides. I love kids meals. Also a tip. Also, instead of buying PhotoPass, something you can do, I don't know with COVID if you can anymore, but what you could do is ask the photographers to take a picture for you with your phone. That way you're not paying the outrageous amount to get PhotoPass taken for you. Instead, they can just take it and you can print this, and pretty quality. I do recommend that you stay on Disney property, just because ultimately the transportation is free to the airport as well as to all the parks, which is really, really nice. And Pop Century runs about an average of, it's about $164 a night. It's different during peak season and non-peak, but I will also be getting into that in a little bit. I would recommend staying on Disney property, mainly for the transportation being free and running constantly. It's really nice and really convenient, and it's much nicer than buying an Uber. I have done that before though too, and it's still not bad. Here's the come at non-peak times. and during the week. Try your best not to come on a weekend just because it's more expensive and it's way more busy. So the non-peak times are mid-January to early March, as well as late August to the end of September. So booking your vacation around that time is going to be really nice because it's going to be less crowds and it's going to be less expensive. And last but not least, of course, you're going to want to buy souvenirs, which I don't blame you. I buy every piece of Disney merch ever. But there is some pretty cheap things that you can get. Like the bubble wands are on sale for like $15 right now. And I love, love, love their t-shirts. It's always 2 for $22, which I don't think is horrible for 2 t-shirts. But yeah, they have a lot more deals going on and a lot more, you'll see like seasonal stuff going on sale that you can buy. So I wouldn't be too concerned. It's a lot different than it used to be with souvenirs and that stuff. The only thing I would say is the ears are kind of expensive and like hats. So if you really want a set of ears, go to Etsy. There's 8 million small shops. You can find them for like $10 and it helps support some small businesses. So yeah, that is all I have for today's video. What is it? I haven't even said happy Vlogmas. It's Vlogmas day 28. We're going strong. Yay. Almost to 2021, guys. We're almost there. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a magical day.